Hello everybody and welcome to my week 2 of the NBBL. We are playing against Brandon here today. I won't lie and say I didn't make a mistake. I thought he had Ampharos, not Belly Bolt, but we move. We'll see what he's capable of doing with that, I suppose. I don't know what that would be, what Terra's that would be. Brandon's... I don't think the dock is updated, actually. So we'll talk about this in a moment, but I'm going to play this like he's always had Belly Bolt and always will. What's a good lead for this? I want to say I'm not going to do Palafin. Palafin does outspeed a lot of his Pokemon, but it is pretty weak into, like, specifically his former two. I think Okidoki could just make a lot of sense right out the gate. At the same time, Ogerpon isn't so bad. Let's do Ogerpon. I had no idea he had Belly Bolt. I guess I'll take a picture just to prove it. Alright, Ogerpon lead into Ogerpon. I don't believe my Ogerpon is capable of being one-shot by his opposing Ogerpon. I don't think it would be fun to see, like, a Trailblaze come out. If I do click U-turn, how much does that do into Ogerpon? 56%, give or take. I go out into Jolteon and I fail to one-shot it back. I go out into Okidogi and I do, you know, recover that pretty well. I think it does make sense for me to want to just click Ivy Cudgel. But if he clicks Ivy Cudgel himself, then that does put me in a really precarious position. If he just goes for U-turn, which is more than likely what will happen, that would probably be in my best interest to click U-turn or knock off. I'm going to click U-turn because it's probably a speed tie. He's going to just withdraw. Cool. I do get some priority from this move then. Brandon sent out the captain. The captain is Belly Bolt. That's fine. I don't know what this is. This is my only problem. I don't believe it was ever said or like changed in his doc that it used Belly Bolt. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't see Electromorphosis at least, so I will take this opportunity to go out into Tinglu, probably. My Tinglu is pretty spread F. I have quite a decent amount of investment. I don't know if this is even a Terra Captain. Like, this is crazy. My doc says he does not have Belly Bolt. I see Cinderace, Manaphy, Dragonite, Ogerpon, Cornerstone, Cobalion, Mimikyu, Meloetta, Umbreon, Sandslash, Gyarados, and Ampharos. Like, I don't see any of this. Does this tell me if I missed Electromorphosis at least? No, okay, I did. I am glad I went to Tinglu then. I'm gonna go for Rocks. Rocks are huge, so, and he doesn't have removal, so I am still gonna go for Rocks. I think it's likely he switches out. I don't think he wants to stay in. If he does, he goes for, like, Terra. Yeah. In which case, I should double check. Belly Bolt's one of Belly Bolt's common Terras is Fairy. If he is Terra Fairy or something like that, I do hit him for like 48% with a Heavy Slam, assuming it's like max Fizz Def, so that's pretty good. I am definitely not staying in here. I could go out into Okidogi pretty comfortably. Yeah, I think it is probably just in my best interest to hard switch out into Okidogi. Okidogi will be in range of like Zen Headbutt or something from this. But I don't know if he's going to bring Zen Headbutt for an Okidogi that very easily could Terrasilize. In which case Okidogi is pretty decent, and yeah, I'll go into Okidogi. I'm just not taking a Power Whip and risking all that damage. Not yet, anyways. Maybe when the rest of his team is breaking down a little more and I don't need to move quite as much. Trailblaze, I'm fine with that. Very okay with that. defense is so high that I don't know if his Zen Headbutt is going to be willing or able to kill me even now. I mean, it will. Do I really think he's going to click Zen Headbutt? No. No, not really. I could Terra here and save everything. If I Terra it to Dark, is my Poison fighting typing very useful? Not in this matchup. If he had his Cobalion, then yes. I guess I am very resistant to this Ogre Pawn. Zen Headbutt has very, very good chance of KOing me is the only problem. I could Scout and go out into like Jolteon, but I really don't want to. I'm still gonna get outsped. He's gonna click Zen Headbutt. That's not gonna be great. If I do let this thing go down, then I kind of have to go out into Ogre Pawn or something. Yeah, it might be in my best interest just to Terra, just in case. That's stupid. I'm clicking Drain Punch. There's no way he has Zen Headbutt. Why does he have Zen Headbutt? I'm just gonna Terra on you. That makes no sense. Okay, what? That's crazy, man. Why are you that? That's so weird, dude. Okay, whatever. Ogre Pawn at -2 will be getting undersped, or outsped by most of my Pokemon. At -1, he's gonna be 233. So I'm gonna go out to Jolteon, I'm gonna click Thunder Wave. Zen Headbutt? Dude, I'm obviously Terra Dark. Like, what? That's such a weird bring. Clicking Thunder Wave. Ignoring the fact I don't know what his Belly Bolt is, I think that's just a weird, bad bring. Like, I like it, I guess, just in case I don't Terra. But why would I ever not Terra in this matchup? That's the part that I didn't understand. And I am very upset that I lost that right then and there. That's crazy. Okay. I should... I'm gonna live that because I have my Focus Sash. I'm gonna paralyze this. And I'm gonna break it sturdy with Move. In fact, I'm gonna click Volt Switch. I think Volt Switch is probably my move. Click Volt Switch and I go out into like Ogre Pawn myself. Yeah, it's fine. Jolteon always outspeeds, it paralyzed. Ogre Pawn. If he does boost up one more time, then yeah, like it doesn't matter. If he goes for Trailblaze here to go on him, but it just makes it a speed tie with Ogre Pawn. He's not capable of OHKOing Ogre Pawn. I will go out into Ogre Pawn. That's fine. I'm going for Ivy Cudgel. What a weird bring on that, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like you just bring U-turn for that scenario because it's just better. All right, that should break it far enough that yeah, Jolteon can come out and remove it, and I get the lucky para. That's cool. I'm glad with that. I do think it's my best interest to stay in. No, I don't want to. I'm gonna click U-turn. Hopefully I outspeed again. I'm assuming it's a speed tie of some kind. That was lucky, para. It was definitely lucky. I had 3 damage rolls where that could have killed if he wasn't adamant. But if he is adamant, then I always outspeed for 1, so he does have to respect that. He's definitely in range of Stealth Rock, so I'm going to click U-turn here, and I'm going to pivot out into something that's a little bit more comfortable into the rest of his team. That would probably be Palafin at this point. Good for Ogre Pawn. Gonna go out into Palafin. And then it's more than likely he's could go out into like Belly Bolt. I think Belly Bolt makes a whole lot of sense. He could be Fizz Def. I don't believe I saw whether or not he's Fizz Def. That is the Belly Bolt, though. Okay, that did 0 damage with my Ogerpon. I did like 10%, maybe. So that does scream max Fizz Def Belly Bolt to me. I am gonna, with Palafin. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna click Flip Turn and probably go out into Tinglu here. I mean, it just makes sense. Even though Tinglu doesn't really want to take a Muddy Water, if that's what he's gonna have. Or Toxic, actually. Do I need Delphox as much? Not really. Delphox doesn't accomplish a whole lot anymore. Yeah, I'll click Flip Turn. I'll go into Delphox. I think Delphox should be able to live any one hit. And then if he does go for Toxic, I can kind of Encore him into that and prevent this thing from getting out of control. I did a lot of damage that Flip Turn. Yeah, let's go out into Delphox. Here. Yeah, I mean, I'll click Encore onto this, lock him in to Toxic. More than likely, he's not going to be afraid of like a Fire Blast. If he is, he's not going out into Dragonite, so it'll be something that I can deal with a little better. I think Manaphy makes a whole lot of sense. If he sees that I'm Encore with Delphox, he's not going to want to set up because he knows my Delphox is going to be faster than Manaphy. And then, anyways, if he does go out into Manaphy, Psyshock is like 36%. Like, that's pretty good. Yeah, and he's locked into Toxic now. I think, depending on what damage I'm at after this Toxic, I could go for Encore, or sorry, Nasty Plot. Probably not. Probably not worth it. So 237. After one more turn of Toxic, I'd probably be a little lower than 200. If he does go out into Dragonite, I should be able to live in it at E-Speed. But probably not a Psyshock, or sorry, probably not a Shadow Sneak from Mimikyu, assuming it's like Life Orb. Yeah, Shadow Sneak would be pretty close to KOing. If it's Adamant, I think it's guaranteed. So I probably will just go for Psyshock here. I either go for Psyshock or I just pivot out into something. I think getting something else Toxic to just not be ideal. So let's go for Psyshock. Big Ace. That sounds like Dragonite. Oh, okay. The Cinderace. Cinderace takes a lot from Psyshock. Not quite a lot. A little more than I guess I'm glad for. I'm glad for that. That's fine. Cinderace. That sounds a little more bulky to me. He has some bulk investment. I could pivot out into Palafin again. But Palafin, I don't want that getting burned, so I probably will go for Psyshock again. In Blaze range, do I get more powerful with Fire Blast? I do, so I'm going to go for Fire Blast, so it brings me down to Blaze range. Cool. Nothing wants to come in on this attack. I mean, I guess Mimikyu is capable of doing so pretty easily, but I think that's fine. If I see Mimikyu come out, and it takes, I guess I won't see how much damage it's going to take. It's fine. I think this is my final turn either way. There's no way he goes out into Belly Bolt. If he goes out into Manaphy, that's fine. Fire Blast still does more into Manaphy now that I'm in Blaze range. Okay, cool. Shiny. Fire Blast, 40% if I hit. Cool. I did nothing. Okay, that's Spadef. That's Spadef in some fashion. Or, like, very bulky. Cool. Is Jolteon able to kill a Manaphy? Probably not. Not this one, anyways. I could go out into this dude. Just go out into Konobaro's check. And we will click knock off. Prevent it from setting up as well. I could do that. Ivy Cudgel makes a lot of sense, but I don't want Dragonite doing anything crazy. So let's click knock off. Yeah, I don't know. I am mad that he clicked Zen Headbutt so freely onto my Okidogi, but I guess my best move was definitely to Terra there. I never would have wanted to stay into that typing for sure, but that's just how it is. Like, okay, back out into Belly Bolt. He's gonna get hit with knockoff. Bam. That does remove his physical defense, and I click U-turn here, right? And I go out to Kinglu. At the same time, I could just click Ivy. I think I'll click Ivy. I don't really mind anything that this could do to me. I don't think even Electromorphosis Belly Bolt is able to kill. I still don't know what Terra type this is. It's flying? Okay, sure. Come on. It's not even on the board, man. That's an Ampharos. It's so annoying. Okay, sure. I think this is easily one of my worst Pokemon at the moment. Everything else is better, so into a Terra Flying Belly Bolt, knockoff still be doing less. Knockoff is still doing less, so I'm gonna click Ivy Cudgel again and hope I crit. I think that's my only way of beating this thing now, unfortunately. That is no crit. I did nothing as well that round. Okay, cool. We're living, I guess. Ivy Cudgel should kill. I think I have like one damage roll where Ivy Cudgel doesn't kill somehow. And I do get it. Okay, cool. This is so unfortunate, man. I don't know what this Belly Bolt is. It's so annoying. Cinderace comes out, big ace. This thing could miss a Pyro Ball or something. I think I'd rather this thing go down than I would let Palafin take any damage. And at the same time, Jolteon, I don't know, this could be knockoff or quick attack or something like that. I think it's probably in my best interest just to click knockoff on this Cinderace. Get it into range where like something in the back can kind of deal with it. He could miss Pyro Ball as well, which would be big help. We'll click knockoff. I don't think U-turn is very capable of killing me. If he has any attack investment like whatsoever, it's basically guaranteed. But at my health range, at 137, if he doesn't have any investment, I do have a chance to live this. So I'm gonna click knockoff. Unlucky, or potentially not lucky at all, or like no luck needed there at all. What do I see come out? Do I see Dargonite? I think if I see Dargonite, I click Ice Punch on Palafin. That, from what I've seen, Palafin's capable of OHKOing this. Generic multi-scale Dragonite with one Ice Punch. Okay, Mimikyu. I guess Continue live 2 hits from Mimikyu. Yes, easily. I guess, do I go out into Palafin first either way? I think I could go out into Palafin. If this is max speed, it does outspeed my Palafin though, so I can't really reliably do that, especially if he's Will-O-Wisp. So I will go out into Tinglu. I want to go for Ruination in case he goes out into Dragonite. He has so many Pokemon left still. He still has Manaphy and everything. If I go for Ruination here, then if I miss, it sucks. I'm going to go for Ruination. I think I have to. Yeah, I don't know. That's expected. It really is. Obviously, that's E-Speed on... It could be E-Speed on Dragonite very comfortably. Ruination. Oh, at least I hit. Now, Mimikyu is in range to get hit with like a Heavy Slam. If it's not invested at all, Heavy Slam does like 60% to Mimikyu. So, I'm going to go for Heavy Slam here. That's a lot of damage. That's Life Orb, right? That wasn't Life Orb. That is so much damage. That did nothing. What is this Mimikyu? That was insane. He did like 50% with that Play Rough. I mean, this Pokemon's chalked. Is there any reason to keep this around? I don't think so. I guess I'll just go for another Heavy Slam. Why did that do a billion damage? That Play Rough was so strong. It's like obviously max attack. Heavy Slam should have only ever done at least 60 into this thing. Like, even max Fizz Def, I'm doing a decent amount, right? Heavy Slam does like 68% to max Fizz Def at minimum. And then Burned, I'm doing like 35. I don't think I did even like 25 there. That did nothing. That's crazy. He's probably thinking about switching here. Just in case. I don't see a Pokemon that he's going to want to go out into. Or maybe he's concerned he's going to miss Play Rough. That wouldn't be great for him for sure. Hex? Okay. That's not going to kill. It's not even going to get close. One more Heavy Slam. Boom. And then I'll click, oh, you Rocky Helmet? That's crazy. I've seen Hex, Will-O-Wisp, or have I? I haven't seen Will-O-Wisp from, no, I did see Will-O-Wisp from Mimikyu. Hex and Play Rough. I'm gonna go for Ruination in case he switches for some reason. I think he obviously goes for Hex, like that just makes sense, but maybe not. Ooh, big Ruination. Okay. I'm excited for that. That's fine. I'll go for Ruination again in case he hard switches for whatever reason. Okay. That sucks. What a weird ring. No, that's a good play. That's like definitely a good play. I think this Belly Bolt thing pisses me off. Is what's going on right now. And like obviously if I had Okidogi, it was very easy for me to deal with the rest of his team still. I could go hard Palafin. Hard Palafin hit with Jet Punch, switch out on Mimikyu or Dragonite. I think Manaphy's been weakened a little bit, right? Manaphy got hit by a Fire Blast. At least. Pokemon kind of needs to just click close combat, unfortunately. If I switch out here and go into Palafin on like the U-turn, it's gonna go out into Manaphy or Mimikyu. I'll go Palafin. I'll save Tinglu as a sack now. I think that might be my play, just to get something on the board. happens. Turn. Decent amount of damage. If I see Dragonite, I just have to click Ice Punch. If I see, does Manaphy get 2 KO'd by Ice Punch somehow? In some universe? Maybe. I do like 23% with each Ice Punch into Manaphy, so we can't switch out into it very easily. It's in range of a close combat for sure. He's got to pick and choose. If that's like max Fizdef, max attack, max speed, Dragonite, it does lose to Ice Punch, as far as I can tell. He has to click Extreme Speed with it then. No face. MQ. It's dead to Stealth Rocks. Oh, that's right. I don't want to get burned. This is more than likely faster than me. But I kill it Jet Punch. I don't have a choice. I gotta play safe now. That's a dead Mimikyu. I see Manaphy come out. And I'll sack Tinglu. I think he probably goes out into Dragonite. That makes sense. I don't think Dragonite at +1 is able to kill Palafin with any move. Like, probably if he has like Outrage or something. Earthquake might be able to kill it as well. Manaphy the Cherished. Him having Court Change definitely saved him a little bit here. Would have saved him quite a bit of trouble. Pass armor. Reachable. I mean, I don't have another choice but to go out into Palafin and hope close combat can somehow KO. I don't think it's possible, but we move. I mean, maybe if I click Flip Turn, but then I'm relying on it, you know, not being max speed on Manaphy, which I don't think it is, to be fair. For differential's sake, I will click Flip Turn. I think I had this game if he didn't have a Court Change on his Cinderace. I kind of forget that it gets that move. It's not something you see very often. Luckily for differential's sake, I do believe I can kill this at least with close combat, and I'll be at -2. And that's assuming him not having Palafin or whatever, his Belly Bolt not being there. So it isn't against the rules in some way, because like I don't see it, dude. I don't know. This is a bad day. What the hell is that, man? A bug. That's obviously Dragonite. Can't click Ice Punch anymore. We'll get to see if I outspeed at least, or if he has Extreme Speed. He doesn't have Extreme Speed. Close combat didn't do very much. Did 20%. Yeah, no, Ice Punch would have killed. That was definitely like Bandit or something. That's so unfortunate, man. Having Court Change on Cinderace was sucky. Him having Zen Headbutt for my Terra Okidogi makes little sense to me, but it just feels like it's way too unsafe. Like your Okidogi, or you definitely lost your Ogerpon to Okidogi there. Like, you lost the 1v1 if I just clicked Terra. So I did not think you would have that. I thought you were going to click U-turn or something. Anyways, GG's to him. I'm not going to throw a fit about this one. So you guys have a great rest of your day. That was the week 2 of the NBBL versus Brandon P. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in week 3. Bye-bye.